Reverend Insanity Arcs Recap. Arc Wolftide Part 8, from chapters 191 to 201. A flock of 10,000 iron-beak flying cranes attacks the Guyue village. The Gu masters are overwhelmed and many are killed. Fang Yuan uses the chaos to manipulate Guyue Bo and return to the village. A white-brow elderly Gu master, riding a giant crane, reveals himself as the instigator. Gu Yuebo sacrifices himself to protect Fang Yuan and the other Gu masters. The three clan leaders are killed by the white-brow elderly. The cranes destroy the Guyue village, causing widespread chaos and destruction. First Gen Guyue emerges from the bloodwater, confronting the white-brow elderly. Lord Sky Crane reveals his grudge against First Gen Guyue, detailing how he was betrayed and his inheritance stolen. He uses the kinship bloodworm to track First Gen Guyue down. The two rank 5 Gu masters engage in a fierce aerial battle. First Gen Guyue uses blood guillotines, blade-wing blood bats, and the blood river python. Lord Sky Crane uses the raise eyebrows exhale Gu, draining First Gen Guyue's primeval essence. The battle intensifies, with both sides suffering losses and pushing their limits. Sky Crane Lord attacks the Guyue village, killing many Gu masters and destroying buildings. First Gen Guyue is bound by the demon suppression iron chain Gu and the problem nipped in the bud Gu. The problem, nipped in the bud Gu, extracts the blood skull Gu from First Gen Guyue's aperture. Sky Crane Lord recognizes the blood skull Gu and is overjoyed. First Gen Guyue uses the blood curtain skyflower Gu to create a defensive shield. He then eliminates the Guyue clansmen inside the shield and uses the blood skull Gu to absorb their blood. The blood skull Gu reaches its limit and releases a blood fountain that soaks First Gen Guyue. First Gen Guyue's aptitude advances. Sky Crane Lord demands the return of the blood skull Gu. First Gen Guyue reveals his motivation for betraying Lord Sky Crane and turning to the demonic path. He continues to eliminate Guyue clansmen to raise his aptitude. Bai Ningbing sacrifices himself to protect Fang Yuan, unleashing a massive glacier that engulfs First Gen Guyue and the entire Qingmao Mountain. Fang Yuan realizes he needs to escape the glacier as Bai Ningbing's consciousness weakens. Fang Yuan is trapped in northern dark, ice-soul physique's ice, unable to break free. First Gen Guyue breaks free from the ice with a blood-colored aurora, weakened but arrogant. Lord Sky Crane arrives, intending to eliminate both First Gen Guyue and Fang Yuan. Knowing he cannot escape two rank 5 Gu masters, Fang Yuan prepares to use the Spring-Autumn Cicada as a last resort, despite the immense risks. First Gen Guyue and Lord Sky Crane attack simultaneously. Fang Yuan activates the Spring-Autumn Cicada and self-detonates his body, cultivation, and Gu worms to propel the immortal Gu against the flow of time. Fang Yuan successfully rebirths, returning to the moment Ti Shuileng backup plan activates. He observes the scene. First Gen Guyue trapped by demon suppression. Iron Chain Gu and problem nipped in the bud Gu. Lord Sky Crane using raise eyebrows. Exhale Gu. The problem, nipped in the bud Gu, extracts the blood skull. Gu and Yin-Yang rotation Gu from First Gen Guyue, exciting Lord Sky Crane. Fang Yuan recognizes the impending activation of Blood Curtain Skyflower, First Gen Guyue's trump card. First Gen Guyue orders the Gu masters to destroy the Blood Curtain Skyflower, but it activates, creating a blood-colored shield that blocks Lord Sky Crane and frees Fang Yuan and others from the white eyebrows. Lord Sky Crane is trapped outside the shield, while First Gen Guyue smugly boasts about his personally fused Gourmand. Lord Sky Crane begins to replenish his primeval essence, waiting for the blood shield to dissipate. The Gu masters, believing they are safe, flatter First Gen Guyue and contribute primeval stones for his recovery, ignoring Lord Sky Crane's warnings of impending doom. Fang Yuan throws First Gen Guyue out of the blood curtain skyflower. First Gen Guyue is enraged, while Lord Sky Crane seizes the opportunity to attack. Fang Yuan refines the blood skull Gu and Yin-Yang rotation Gu. First Gen Guyue is devastated by the loss of his Gu worms. Fang Yuan convinces Bai Ningbing to join him in a final attack. Fang Yuan uses the chainsaw golden centipede and blood skull Gu to kill a Gu master. Fang Yuan and Bai Ningbing begin a slaughter within the blood-curtained skyflower. Fang Yuan uses the blood skull Gu to absorb blood and increase his aptitude. His aptitude rises to a grade, but his cultivation drops to rank 1 initial stage. Bai Ningbing prepares to self-detonate. First Zhen Gu Yue is defeated and killed by Lord Skycrane. Bai Ningbing unleashes his final attack, freezing Lord Skycrane in ice. Bai Ningbing self-detonates his arms to create a massive ice barrier, trapping Lord Skycrane. Lord Skycrane uses the life-retaining Jade Burial Gu to protect himself. Fang Yuan uses the Yin-Yang Rotation Gu to revive Bai Ningbing, who is now a woman. Fang Yuan explains the limitations of the Yin-Yang Rotation Gu and his plan to leave Qingmao Mountain. Fang Zheng is rescued by Lord Skycrane, who reveals his identity and destination, the Middle Continent. Fang Yuan and Bai Ningbing travel down the Yellow Dragon River on a makeshift bamboo raft. They are attacked by a school of shuttle swordfish, which damage the raft and injure them. Fang Yuan uses the Sky Canopy Gu to protect himself, but it drains his primeval essence. They manage to reach the shore, but are both injured and exhausted. Bai Ningbing demands a healing Gu, but Fang Yuan has none. Fang Yuan and Bai Ningbing tend to their injuries with supplies from the Tusita flower. They cook a meal and discuss their plans to reach Baigu Mountain. Fang Yuan lends Bai Ningbing the Chainsaw Golden Centipede and Sky Canopy Gu.